Hey guys, Roadrunner here. So, real quick, I wanted to show off the books I have. I mentioned months before that to me, I'd rather have books compared to internet because with the books, I don't have to try to get a better signal. I don't have to worry about it being gone, blah blah blah. There's a lot less shit I gotta worry about than if I was using my phone, which I'm using right now to record this. And so, I wanted to show y'all my books, and I basically got it at the moment two different shelves. I got one that has knowledge, and then another one, this one right here, that's, storybooks and stuff like that. And so up here with the knowledge books, I have everything from, and these are out of order, I gotta redo these. Garden books, stuff on canning, cooking, fast fixes, and simple solutions is, a book from 2003 that basically tells you how to do stuff in your house, like fixing things and shit like that. More cooking books. Let's see, another cooking book. This is a medical book. Let's see, that needs to go somewhere else. Another cooking book, one of the Bibles, New International Version. This, me and Aaron just picked up yesterday. The Dangerous Book for Dogs by Rex and Sparky. And it's a parody of The Dangerous Book for Boys and The Dangerous Book for Girls, which I find hilarious. There's a lot of, I've read some of it yesterday. It was actually pretty funny. We got another gardening book on organic gardening. We got another Bible, don't remember which version that is. And we got a dictionary right here. And then my favorite book, which I also just found yesterday, this is my second one I've had of this, is Back to Basics. It's from 1979. And man, they got so much into this. More cooking books. And this right here is a grade, what do you want to call it? School grade kids for reading. And it's from the year 2000. I actually had this. This was the Texas version. I remember having this as a kid. And I found this along with most of everything else here in the dumpster. And two more cooking books. A lot of cooking books. But basically, this basically just gives me a good informational area to the point where I wouldn't have to go to the rink or anywhere else to use Wi-Fi. All I gotta do is pull a book off the thing and I know what I'm doing, so to speak. Or I can look up what a word is and not have to worry about it. And then down below, excuse me, as I said, is the storybook area. So, I got Dr. Seuss, and most of these, again, are either dumpster diving finds or from thrift stores. Like, my favorite one right here, The Wizard of Oz. I got that about a month and a half ago, probably before Cooter came along, and I'm a huge Wizard of Oz fan. I think y'all already know that because I went to that Wizard of Oz museum over in Liberal, Kansas, back in 2018. Yeah, I got Wizard of Oz, and I got a couple of Captain Underpants books. And there's also books like, let's see, Dance a Little Longer is a story of a family who legitimately lived through the Great Depression. And then you got more Reader Digest, which that's what this one is. And this one is like a collection of books, and I think they actually put multiple chapters, or they cut the stories short on this. And then here's my art drawing book. And Forgotten Days, which explains the ways of the hobos in the old days. And Railroads, that actually needs to come up here. Yeah, right there. So anyways, basically the idea of having a library in the house came from my mother, because when we lived in our old house before she moved a couple years ago, she used to have in the living room excuse me, there is a big section of a bookcase on the far back end of the wall facing towards the backyard, and the only thing separating it was a window in the middle. And she's like me, she's a fan of the old books, especially books that look like this right here from like the late 1800s, early 1900s sort of thing. And I got the idea of wanting to do it from her because I like the idea of, as I mentioned earlier, not having to have Wi-Fi and not needing to look something up, especially these days, because it seems like everything's just getting very, very slow. I'd rather have it where, I guess, basically, I don't know. You know, I'm about to do another video here, late about an hour after I upload this, explaining why I love living in solitude with the dogs and the chickens and such. And I'll just explain more why I prefer books over internet and stuff like that. I guess this is basically, and I've heard this a lot too on YouTube, this is a prepper library sort of deal. Especially since all the books up here are mainly prepping and survival related, and what's the word? Penny pinching, stuff like that, orientated. So anyways, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.